All right. Good morning for those in Asia, and good evening for those on the continental United States and our buddies from the North Canada. So, welcome to my channel, The Kingly Way. And for those seeing this stream for the first time, my name is King, and I am based in Daejeon, South Korea. So I want to just give a quick report here in Daejeon, South Korea. As I look out the window, so far a little cloudy, but the weather is humid and warm. So I've not seen any rain out the window yet. So that's good news. So the weather's going to be really nice for me to go out and about. So that's what's going on here. And same thing, I can still do the basics: coffee shop and restaurants. Yes, and I will go get that $4 all you can eat after this stream. Yeah, saves a lot of money. So, yeah. And before we get into the topic, I'll go over the comments, and I'll have a lot of things to break down for a lot of you on what you need here. So let's begin with first gentleman. Ron says good morning. He's in Davao right there. Yep, with his girlfriend Nay. And then Mr. Thomas, yes, he's in Palm Springs. He's scheduled to head on over here. So, and there's Jeffrey from Clearwater, and his daughter's going to be heading over here. So both of you kind of gave me this idea for this stream. So I figure I need to do something. Yep, and I know your native state of California. Wow, and Mr. Ron lived in Kissimmee. So you lived there for a year. Okay, and Jan, good morning. Yeah, so she had her live stream yesterday, so I think she'll be doing hers on the weekends. So yes, I can take a break on Sundays and kick back and watch your stream. And yep, so greetings from Jeffrey. Yep. And yep, I had a good, decent weekend, Jeffrey. Thank you. And here is Go More Hike, aka Bama. Yeah, you got that notification. So you are saying hello to each other there. Okay. So let's talk about the first thing that's important, because we can't just come into the country, without any issues, because we now have issues. And one of the issues is this. What do you have to do here? Yeah. We have to do the 14-day queue at a government facility, which so far, as I watched the other bloggers, 3, 4, 5-star hotel, I think 3 or 4-star more likely, hotel at $1,800 US now. It was actually $1,100, but they raised it. And in my past streams, I even showed the PDF file that in the contract it says 2.1 million won, which comes out to almost $1,800, exactly $1,752 is what you're gonna have to put up if you are coming as a tourist for 90 days as a U.S. citizen. So that is going to be the first issue at hand when you come to Korea. So even for the English teachers that are being brought in here, so they will go through a 14-day quarantine. So especially for those public school teachers in the program that I call EPIC, they will go through 2 weeks, and then the orientation, and then they'll start their classes, knock on wood, in September. So that's the fall intake for English teachers, even with academies. So that is one of the things, that has to be done. So, but if you are an English teacher coming in, EPIC is going to pay for that. They're not going to take it out of you. But I'm not sure about the academies, unless the academies have a lot of, money to bring in the English teachers. All right, perfect. So your daughter's sitting next to you. Yes. And hopefully there might be some of the guys that live in Korea can even contribute to this. So we'll see if they show up. So yes, so I'll cover it. And Ken, welcome. So Ken, yep. So this is a perfect stream for anyone that's thinking about coming to Korea during this pandemic. So the first thing I want to talk about is this here. I want to talk about the basic essentials. Yeah, so this is going to be important. So yes, you see the first one, deodorant. Deodorant is hard to come by here. And if you can find it on something like Coupang or, G Market, you're going to be paying a hefty price. So bring enough deodorant to maybe last you 6 months to a year, So definitely bring deodorant because it's really hard to find here. Sometimes if I have friends coming from Korea, I'm like, pick me up some deodorant, please. So that's what I do for some of my friends. I bring deodorant. So yeah, and then the theory is Koreans don't need deodorant because they really never smell. But us Westerners, yes, even if Korea is my motherland country, I'm a Westerner. Yeah, I need deodorant myself. So that is very important. So yeah. And then another thing is shoe sizes. If you got big feet, you need to bring a couple pairs of shoes. Yeah. So bring a couple pairs of shoes extra. So if you're like a Shaquille O'Neal, yeah. And if you're like a big basketball player, 6 feet or taller and have size 12 or more, bring an extra pair. So for me, I went to like Skechers and bought me some wide shoes because I have wide feet. So I always bring like 2 or 3 pairs to last me a year, just in case I'm going to be stuck here for a while. Especially right now, I might be stuck here for a while. So, yep. And then I'll cover the next one. And I'm going to catch up. Okay, Nitbom, welcome. And I'm going to answer some question. Is there a high demand for English teachers there? Right now, it's hard for jobs. Yeah. And if you want to teach English, I recommend try to come in the EPIC program. Only problem with EPIC, Bama, is they will send you to the countryside. You don't get to choose where you go. You just make a list. Seoul, Daejeon, Busan, they tell you where to go. So yeah. And I never found shave lotion in Philippines. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's right. So yeah. All right. And let me get to a few more comments. I'm going to cover some more. And how about the cost there, King? You can buy deodorant there, right? It's hard to find it, Jan. You can get in the Philippines, of course, because that's what I do sometimes when I go to Philippines. I'll get a couple sticks of deodorant from my friends at Landers or SNR and then take it back to Korea. Because remember, Koreans really don't smell. They don't even use deodorant. Yeah. So they usually don't smell. So that's another reason, Bama, they don't really have that bad odor smell when it comes to deodorant. It's just weird. So there's no deodorant unless, us Westerners show up. Okay. Another part I want to cover is clothes. Okay. If you're a double X guy, or sometimes if you're a female, you have like little wider hips and stuff. You're not going to have the proper pants. So you want to maybe bring an extra couple pairs from Walmart. And 110, and they don't tell you X large or large. They'll tell you like 105, 110. 110 is close to an X large. I wear like a medium or large shirt now since, I don't weigh like 230 pounds like I used to. So, yeah. And so for me, I could fit into like 105. even if I'm a little bigger, stocky guy. And 110 is like what you really is X large. But if you're bigger than that, you're going to have to go into Itaewon and pay more money for those clothing. So you're going to need to bring some extras. And remember, another thing, winter comes a little quicker. It gets cold a little quicker here. So once August, it's hot as heck. Once you get to mid-September to October, it starts getting chilly. I would start getting some jackets, pullovers, and then November and December, it's freezing cold. I would bring a heavy jacket if you got one heavy jacket. And that's the problem when you come to China, Korea, and Japan, or northern China. It gets very cold. Yeah, so I have like heavy jackets. Like I leave them here because I don't take them to America or Philippines. I don't need it there. So, but I always have it here. I always bring like one jacket, when I come back during the winter months in Korea. So it is important. Now, the next important thing is outlets. Okay. They don't use 110 outlets like we do in America. In Japan, they do. Thailand, Philippines, they use 110 US plugs. So, yeah. So, let me show you what the 220 volt looks like. So, when I can put through the USB for my phone charger, this is what they use, the 220. Yeah. So, 220. Yeah. So, that's what you need. And here's what I did. I bought this in America. Look at this. Yeah. So this is the 220. I put the 110 converter, and then I can put this in the Korean plug. Now, FYI, this annoys the living crap out of me. It's never a straight shot when you plug it in. So you got to go down and look at the outlet, because sometimes it's diagonal this way. Sometimes it's diagonal that way. So that might drive you a little bit nuts. It's not like this. It's not a simple plug-in. So you're going to be turning angles and angles going, which way does this thing go in? You're like, and so there's days where I go, dang it, can't you just make this simple? So, yeah. So just remember, another thing what I did for those that are coming to Korea, I bought me a power strip that takes 110 and 220. So the one I have here, because I have an American, 110 plug, it plugs in. So for some of you, I would bring a power strip, go to Amazon, make sure the main one is 220. So I do have it, but I don't want to unplug it right now. So you want to bring that in. So that's the 220. Yeah. That plugs in. Okay, let me catch up on some comments here. Oh, Miss V Diary, Jenny, hi. Yep, I was over at your live stream hanging out. Yep, and Jenny, I connect this to Facebook so my friends on Facebook can watch the stream. So there is something where you can put Facebook and YouTube together, and people can watch the stream from both Facebook and YouTube. And you could put in other social media too. So FYI, Jenny. Yep, winter's coming. Yep, Jon Snow told you. Yep, winter's coming. Oh, look who's here. Hello, Katrina. And she's a friend of mine, and her husband is a uni lecturer at Wusong University locally here in Daejeon. And he does the interviews for the hiring process for university jobs at Wusong. He doesn't help you. He doesn't hire you. He just does the interview. So she says it's almost impossible to find women's clothes if you are any larger than the average Korean. So the only thing I can buy nearby is shoes and socks. So there's one person that can attest to that. Yep, my friend Trina. Yeah. Yep, that's right, Bama. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, outlet here in 220 also. Yeah. In the Philippines, Jan, 220 works because you have a lot of Koreans coming there. So it caters to a lot of Koreans and Chinese that use the 220 outlets. So, yeah. but you can still use your 110 American outlet and still connect it to the outlets in the Philippines. But in Korea, strictly 220. So get an adapter or get a power strip. So yeah. Okay, Mr. Ron, I don't have a lot of trouble buying clothes in Southeast Asia. Yeah, no kidding, Ron. Yeah, you're the same size. Okay, is that a British style? Nope. I think British have a different shape, Bama, but that wouldn't work in Korea. But I think the British shape, I think parts of Philippines, it does work because it caters a lot to UK guys too. So that's another thing. Yeah, you want to bring, one of those adapters. So, yeah, and you can bring one of those adapters you go buy at the airport, but they charge more at the airport, before you come out here. So I would just buy that big power strip and then just, even do the USB thing. Yep, you dang right. Ron is skinny. So, yes. Let's see. My hubby brought a transfer and uses his blender. He brought it from US as a 110. Yeah, because sometimes you have to bring the extra transformer, or else if you connect it, you might have an electrical circuit issue. Yeah, that's what happened to a couple of the female teachers here in Korea. They had the wrong voltage. So you still need to be careful about that. So, yeah. Okay, let me see. Oh, another thing. Bring an unlocked phone so you can get the SIM card. Make sure it is unlocked. Okay. And then I'll go over which companies do the phone plans. So unlocked, just like everywhere else in Asia once you leave the United States. Okay, so Thomas, you got 100 pounds on. Okay, Ron. Okay, so Thomas, you got about 20 on me, 20 pounds on me. So yeah, I am a skinny Paul. Don't. Yeah. Let's see. And okay. Yep. Yeah, Nate keeps force feeding him. And yep. Go more height. I am taller than most here, though. Yeah. Still is. Exactly. So let's see. Can you buy adapters here? You could, Thomas, but it'd be cheaper if you buy it in the States. And if you can find some of these are cheaper. They come in packs of 3. I bought this at Target in the US. So you might be able to find some Target or few appliance, Best Buy. So go there and get some of these things. It's much cheaper if you buy those things in the US. Okay, good morning, Bob. See, yes, nice to see. I saw you yesterday on Jan's live stream. We're hanging out. What is the height? Yeah, he's and he's 5'7". Yep. So, and then good morning from to Bob. And go more high because I like Transformers and G.I. Joe. Yes. G.I. Joe. Yeah. So, yeah, unlock phone, a must. But I think most of you do know that already. And, yep, you could, vitamins, you could get them here in Korea. There's a Costco, but it's a little more pricey. It is much more expensive. So, FYI, so if you're looking for certain vitamins, it is very expensive. Okay, so let's see. King, my daughter's wondering if there's a limit on the number of suitcases she can bring. Well, the limit is based on what airline she takes. That's what the limit is. So if you're allowed 2 50-pound suitcases, bring them and a carry-on. So I don't know which airline you're flying out of, because I'm assuming you're going to try to go the cheapest way. So unless you're going to fly with Korean Air or Air Asia, not Air Asia, what's that, Asiana or something, you will land in the nice terminal, which is Terminal 2. But I take it you'll probably land in Terminal 1 with all the rest of the Epic teachers, because I know you're going to be greeted by the workers there at Epic. So, yeah. But it's based on what your airline allows you to do. So, yeah. So pack wisely. Try to not overdo it, because there's things that I will go over. So I have things of how you can get certain things here. So, yeah. Okay, I've seen adapters like that in travel site at Target and Walmart. Yeah, so you can pick those up right there. Yep, there you go, Bama. Yep, they have them always at those places. Target, yeah, when I was in California, they don't have branches here in Philippines. Yeah, I don't think Target goes past, I think, United States or even Canada. So, yep, I know that they're kind of based in Minnesota, because they used to have the basketball arena at the Target Center for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So, yeah. Okay. Now, I want to cover this one here. This is important. This is very important. So, in case I have any females watching this stream, and I'm going to start with, yes, the African American females, Black girls, darker Latinas, I would recommend bring your own foundation and hair products. Only reason I'm going over this is a lot of Black women has told me, yeah, I can't find it. Where do I find this stuff? Well, the only information I do know, I don't know this female's name. She has a store in Itaewon, I think, or Seoul, where she caters to, hair for African American women or Black women, the foundation for darker shade women. So she does actually have a store. She started that business, but I just don't remember where it is. So I just want to know, yeah, you could go all the way to Seoul, but that's a long way away. If you're being placed in Mokpo or Daegu or Busan, you're going to be a little far away. So I would recommend for women of color, bring those foundations and those hair products with you, because in case you're not near Itaewon or Seoul, where that shop is, it's really hard to come by. And yeah, and I get this complaint a lot. So I know I've talked to a lot of the women here about it. And okay, I'm sorry to bring this up. Certain tampons are a little different. And I kind of had an issue about writing this on the banner, but as I talk to the women here, I don't know why they tell me this stuff, but they tell me this stuff. They're like, okay, TMI, I want to hear this, but maybe finally that information kind of benefited our live stream here. There's tampons are just a little different, and even this is coming from the bloggers, like they feel like, I don't know, diapers, but I'm just like, okay, I really didn't want to know that, but yeah, just FYI, maybe you might want to bring some from America just in case. You don't have to bring the whole suitcase of it, but just bring enough. Yep. And same thing with the clothes size. So yeah. So just one of those things, the clothes size. Yep. All right, George. Yep. Amazon sells those plugs. Correct. I was going to go over that. Thank you for helping me out, George. Yeah. So the 220. So yeah. So yes, there are 3 different colors of foundation shops like Olive Young. Yeah. And Olive Young is like the main place for makeup, skincare, foundation. It's a franchise here in Korea. So there's an Olive Young on almost every block, but it just doesn't really cater to a lot of, women of color as much, since, just like we talk about the whitening products in the Philippines, kind of have that here in Korea too. So those are one of those things there. So yeah. And most of the women now, they like lighter shades of fountain because it looks good on camera, the block. That's my only observation. Yeah. You got this. You got this. Yeah. I struggle to find foundation and matches my skin that's not super light, but it's also hard to find matte. Yeah. So, yeah. Do you use tampons? Yeah, I know. Actually, there's one time I will use tampons, but it's not going to be a problem. Someone takes a gun and shoots me in the arm. Tampon is perfect for that. I've learned that from like some guys that have been shot. Use a tampon because it absorbs the wound. So yeah, that's the one thing I know. That'll be one thing I use the tampon for. Somebody puts a bullet into me in my arm. Here we shouldn't have that problem because there's strict gun control here. So yeah, I'm laughing so hard. The English teachers, more of them female. It's kind of hard to say. It might be a little bit more. Maybe the only reason I might know this a little bit is sometimes I would get like, I have friends that teach in a public school, and then once in a while, each year they'll give me a roster, and I'll look at female male ratio. Sometimes maybe it's more like 55% or 60, because of course the desire is young females to teach. Of course, in the EPIC program, they don't really discriminate. They take anyone that's a Westerner because it's a government program and it's globalization. We want to be global. So they don't mess around there compared to academies. If you're not young female Caucasian, they're going to be like, you might be bad for business. So, yeah. But there's a little, probably more females. There's the more desire in Korea. So, yeah. Jan, it's a good night for me. Yes. So, yeah. Yeah. That's what she meant to say. Yep. Yep, and they're good for nosebleeds. Yep. See? So, yeah, we all use tampons some way, somehow, Ron. Yeah, it might come in handy. Go ask one of those extreme couponers that get free tampons for free. You know, if you see that TLC show, Extreme Couponing. So, yeah. Yep, I heard. Wound dressing. Yes. Hardly any men in the U.S. teach grade school. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of females teaching more at the more elementary. So, yeah, I get a nosebleed a lot. Thanks for the advice. I have a long pointed nose, too. Yeah, and for even other reasons, Ron. So, yeah. All right, let me go back to, let me make sure I covered all the points for the females. Okay, and clothes size. Yeah, we already covered the clothes size. So I wanted to make sure. But you can go to Itaewon and maybe Uniqlo, but sometimes Uniqlo is weird. Sometimes they have it and sometimes they don't. Okay, now I want to cover this. 2 major apps that you need. It's Kakao Talk and Neighbor. So instead of me giving you pictures, I'm going to show you. You see that word? Kakao Talk? Right there. So Kakao Talk. So yes. So for example, yeah. Sorry, Daniel. I'm going to show you Daniel T. See, there's Daniel. He's on my Kakao Talk. See, we communicate by Kakao Talk. So I recommend if you're going to talk to locals, yes, Kakao Talk is the important one. Yes. So definitely that's good. Yeah. Let me make sure I got, yep, they're good for nosebleed. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yep. Okay, Ron. Yeah, you've been getting a lot. Oops, you already did that. Okay, George, and a convenient string to pull them out of your nose. Yes. Yes. Okay, so go more hike. What about Rogaine products for balding? I'm asking for a friend. I don't know. Since I haven't had that issue, I couldn't answer that question about Rogaine, but I know that it's some. I know there's some Korean guys that are bald, so I don't know. You might be able to just go to a good doctor here for that. It's pretty cheap, and medical's pretty cheap. So if you're sick, you can go to a doctor, get a prescription, and it's like, a few dollars. It's way cheaper than the United States. So yeah. Okay, Thomas Ha. Oh yeah, they don't use Oh yeah, we use Messenger. So I use Messenger with some of my friends here, but sometimes with like Koreans, they're strictly Kakao Talk, and you could. Here's a cool thing, like you could do, like I can message just like Line or WeChat. I can put like the location pin. So see, so I can do free calls, camera, can do everything, Yeah. So there you go. You can do almost all of that. Just like Bama says, not Line. They have the characters just like Kakao Talk has. So yeah. Yeah. Yep. It's K-Talk. And then you'll keep hearing Kakao, Kakao, Kakao. Yeah. Okay, remove before flight, Thomas. Yeah. Yeah. Never heard them say Kakao Talk. Yeah. But if you have Korean friends, they all use Kakao Talk. If a Korean says, I don't have Kakao Talk, he or she's either don't want to give you your Kakao Talk or really they're not from Korea. That is a must, a Kakao Talk. That's how I talk to my mom, do Kakao Talk and talk to my uncle. So yeah. Good morning. Everything here in the Bay is the same. Nothing new. We use, Viber. Well, in the Philippines, they use all like 6 or 8 apps, So like when I was dating, before I got my girlfriend, one Filipina showed up on all the apps: Viber, Kakao Talk, Line, WeChat. So yeah. Mom. Yeah, they say K-Talk. Yeah, so I'm going to catch up the comments. So let me go right back to the banners. Okay, the next one, neighbor. So you're wondering, what the heck is neighbor? So let's see. Where is my neighbor app? Oh, this is bad. Where's my neighbor app? So I have neighbor. So neighbor is the Google of South Korea. So I'm trying to see, I have like the neighbor diction. Where's my neighbor map? Oh, yeah. So here it is. I have the neighbor map. You can still type stuff in English. Now, Google does still work, but if you're looking for like exact buildings and address, Google is useless in Korea. But if you are looking for the building number, you type it in. You can still type it in English, see? You see? Oh, there's my location. You know where I live now. Come find me. So, yeah. But I'm by the subway station. But I might not be here too long, so I might be moving out, by the way. So, unless I'm foolish enough. I'm here. Come find me. Yeah, I should be careful with that because, FYI, one of the bloggers, a guy with a knife was waiting at the door and pinned him down, trying to get information out of him. So yeah, but I recommend downloading Kakao Talk and Neighbor. So it is very important to have Neighbor. So yeah. Oh, I saw that in all K-dramas I watch. Yes, Jan. All Koreans use Neighbor. So yeah. If they don't use either Neighbor or Kakao Talk, that's what they use. And even the Koreans that come to the Philippines, they get Neighbor. So here's the funny thing. I was at Mactan Airport, and it was funny. They had the Neighbor app available because you could buy 8 to 10 gigabytes of load with Globe or Smart. And I talked to the reception. Hey, Neighbor, I can get Neighbor if I want, because they'll give you 2 free gigs of either Facebook, YouTube. I go, Neighbor, you know what that is? They did not know what Neighbor is. I said, that's a Korean Google. You guys didn't know that? Oh, thank you, sir, for telling us. Good. Now if a Korean asks you for that, yeah, you would know what they're talking about. So yeah. So they didn't know. That's called chumming. Sometimes they have multiple accounts on the same app. Yeah. Yep. Neighbor's Korean Google. Yep. Yep. If I would have invested in the neighbor like some 15, 20 years ago, I'd be a multi 1 billionaire won person or trillionaire won. Yeah, trillion is $1 million US in Korea. So yeah. Yeah, so we can't get there anyways. Well, you technically can. You can come to Korea if you're from the US, except you got to go through all the red tape. So yeah. Was the guy with the knife in Korea? Yeah, well one of the bloggers' name is Ben Dean Katrina, and a guy was waiting for him when he opened the door to go see his girlfriend. So that's why he didn't do a blog for a while till he said something. Of course, some people said, "Oh, he could be lying," but I don't know. He looked like he was telling the truth. If I ever met him, I'll find out. But I don't have too much time to go. Yep, no problem, Jeffrey. No problem at all. Okay, Daniel T. Oh, I was making you a celebrity again on your Kakao Talk. I was giving the Kakao Talk lesson. So, yeah, oops. So, Daniel T will know because he's been to my city or our city. So, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the importance of convenience stores. Yes, convenience stores. We have 4 major convenience stores. So, yes, and Daniel's getting ahead of me here, but that's okay because he knows how this works here. So he'll be perfect for our stream today. So, yes, there is a 7-Eleven, but if you're expecting the super double gulp or that big gulp cup and that fountain cup, doesn't exist. Doesn't. And then this is why I sit here and go, wow, no wonder why us Americans are so big and obese with all that sugar of soda. So there is none. You will not see a fountain drink inside 7-Eleven. Okay, another one. I'm going to see if I have some pictures of this. GS25. Let me see if I have a picture of GS25. So at least I'll give you a visual picture. There you go. G-E-Sheep-O. Yes. So that is a GS25 convenience store. So GS25, there it is. There's one on every block. So yeah, GS25, that is the place. Okay, and here's my recommendation if you go to a GS25, in case you need a T-Money card, but this is what I use for my public transportation, the Pop Card. This is good for all over South Korea. You can go on the bus and subway. Remember, bus and subway. Don't try to get on the airport limousine with this. You need to go buy a ticket at the ticket office or on your app. So yeah, GS25 has the Pop Card. And CU's another one. I'm going to show you the pictures of them. So at least, sorry, I don't have a building picture. There's a CU. That's what it's called, CU. And eMart 24. It's not eMart, it's eMart 24. So you have all these convenience stores open 24/7 at your convenience. That's why it's very convenient in Korea. So yeah. And now Daniel's going to break down. Yeah. Apps to use, Kakao Talk, WhatsApp, Netflix, KBS Drama, Neighbor. Yep, KTLA for Wi-Fi hotspots. Yeah. So I was going to cover some of those things there. Good. And if you can't get a Korean girl in the US, forget about going to Korea and have a girlfriend. Daniel T is an exception. Well, Nippon, you're still young. You're at the right age in Korea at 35. So, yeah, you still, you you still could do it because usually between 30 and 35 is like the prime age in Korea. So you're at the right age for Korea. So you could still give it a shot if you want. Oh, yep. I travel with 2 Roku sticks. Yeah. So make sure you plug it into your TV and VPN, Thomas. VPN. Okay, time to bring 100-watt power delivery, USB ports, Wi-Fi. Yep. Get free Wi-Fi up to 2 kilometers in Seoul. Cuttlefish crackers, Samsung Note 10 with wallet converter, DMX mode, Sony RX 101 volt, and ZB and 1 cameras. So you brought, there's your equipment, huh? So there's Daniel T survival equipment for Korea there. So he's got some good equipment. Yeah. So probably worst shed in the base. Just 3 guys got on the city without mask. Driver told him put mask on and leave the bus. They beat a driver with a batch. Yeah, that's even been happening in convenience stores, Carl. Yeah, where they tell them put on a mask, and then they knock out the store owner too. So I saw that one too. South Korea and Philippines show that car to a Filipino bus guide. Yeah. Well, lucky if you even can find a bus. It's a jeepney. Also, they have card like that in Hong Kong, so we can use it for public transportation, Starbucks, 7-Eleven. Yeah, so Hong Kong has that nice convenience since my buddy is over there told me about it. Yep. Are you talking about the U.S.? Yeah, that's the U.S., Thomas. I've heard about those things happening. Yep. Part 2, Levano laptop. Yep. SS terabyte 4 external, 30,000 power bank, 2-inch portable fan for Goshiwan living. Yeah, like this, Daniel. I got one too. Yeah, there you go. There's my fan. Yeah. So you can go to the Goshiwan. Yeah. So yeah. So let's see here. I skip? I want to make sure I don't try to skip everything. Okay, King, you should make a video discussing a low birth rate here and the reasons for it. Yes, I have that on my list that I wrote down in my notebook. So eventually, hopefully, I'll get around to it and put out a video. So I'm doing a few things. Yeah. So there's so much. Actually, I've been trying to, put out there. So put as much information. Yeah, Scott. And Scott, I need to probably get a hold of you. We could chat about a few things. So, yeah, hit me up Facebook or email me. I have an email in my YouTube description, Scott. If you can email me your Kakao ID or whatever, or your new Korean number. So, yeah. Okay, why would you travel with 2 Roku sticks? I don't know. Thomas can answer that, or when he comes, he can show it to me. And if he gets a TV already furnished, yeah, connect it there. So, okay, King, I don't want to buy a 3-bedroom condo in Seoul. You don't have to. I wouldn't live in Seoul, actually, unless you really need that city life. It's just too expensive. You can go to cheaper places where I live, Actually, like here, like next door, the older man, Ajishi, he's got actually a 2-room next door, and he'll probably only ask for $1,000 deposit. And then the rent will be $325 a month for 2 rooms. Only thing is, 1 room will have an air conditioner, the other won't. And he would and then you would just pay the electric bill and the gas bill, and you could just go to any bank with the cash and go, and you don't need to speak English. Hey, I need to pay this. And he'll put it all in his name because you don't have to go through immigration. So like if you were to do long-term with this guy, it'd be a good option here. Like, only thing is for me, I just don't like this area as much as I thought that I did. I came here because I'm trying to save some money and I wanted to test it out, but I was just like, you know what? After being here, I don't like it. I like to go back to Yusong where I belong. So that's my favorite place where I used to live. So that's, yeah. But this is an option, yeah. Okay, Ruko stinks. So, yeah. Okay, Yondu Android TV box is better. Okay, the one. Yeah, that's right. I didn't even use that. Yep, and confirming from Carl. Yep, in San Francisco. Yep, yep, they were free. Okay, they were free. Okay, got it. You didn't have to fork anything out. Yep, that fan bought it at Yongsan. Yeah. Let's see. So let's see. King, I'm trying to add you on Messenger, but you're not showing up. Is it the King Lee way? I don't have that as a Facebook page. Just type in King Lee and put City of Daejeon, and I should show up in my Dodger outfit, Scott. So that's how I'm going to show up. So King Lee, separate it and put Daejeon. So because there's a bunch of King Lees. I thought I was the only one in the world, but apparently I'm not the only King Lee out there. So I'll be there. I heard the beds were real low to the ground. Is that true? Yes, but you could get a place with higher. That's another reason, because my bed down there is too low because they sleep on the ground. And that's another reason I kind of want to get out of here. So I'd rather just, just get a place with a regular bed. Because, it's sometimes a struggle to get up, even if I'm not that heavy. But someone that's a little heavier than me, I could see it being a struggle trying to just get up, So, yeah. So, but you could find a place. So, and Thomas, I'll probably get you in touch with some people because I have friends that lived in Daejeon for 20 years. I have one guy who is a university lecturer that actually owns apartments here. So I might try to get you in contact with him. Okay, and also things to bring to protect women from soccer's pepper spray. Gochujang pepper paste with fast tube splash. Yeah. Okay. And Scott, I sent you an email a few days ago. So, okay, so you didn't get it, Scott. So you'll look into spam. Yeah. Okay. So Nip Bomb. 3-bedroom condo is needed to marry a Korean girl. Yeah. Usually it is, but then on the other hand, because if you're a foreigner, it might be a little different. So that standard is mostly more for Korean guys or people or Koreans or me with that face. That's why I was like wondering why my parents are like saving money when I get married. But yeah. Scott, where are you from in Canada? Okay. So Scott would answer. But 1 broom is enough. But if you have children, then 3-bedroom. Yeah. But I think for foreigners, it's a little more different. So sometimes, you can live in a 1-bedroom place or 1.5. So they have 1.5. So I would go on the Dabong and look, or Chibang to look at rooms. So that's why I'm kind of looking at a place right now too for Yusong. And I could probably comfortably stream. Okay, Scott, Vancouver. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So, Daniel, I did not get your email. Could you resend it? Yeah. Okay. Oh, good. Yeah, Scott, add Daniel on Kakao Talk, and then Daniel, put us in a group chat. That would be the thing. I got them free and they're small, so I got them backpack 1 suitcase I didn't know about. Scott, I did not memorize my Kakao ID because I don't know it by heart. That's why I have to probably check. That's why, yeah. So just I'll have Daniel add you, and then you could throw me on a group chat. Usually I would do the little scanner. So, for example, with Kakao Talk, you can do like little scanning. That's why I don't even remember my Kakao ID anymore, because I would just go and use a scanner. So I'll give you an example. You can do so you got the little scan search, right there. And you can scan the Kakao Talk. So, yeah. Okay, Daniel, I'll add you. Yeah, add him and then get me aboard on there. But Yeah, I am from Cambridge, Ontario, but live in Germany. I still have a Filipina girlfriend. Oh, okay, awesome, George. So, okay, okay. Oh, let's see. What's if you show some philanthropy and contribute to something valuable, you can potentially stay at your girlfriend's parents' home. Yeah, that even happens too. So just like just show some what is it, some respect or just some contribution and just be pretty kind hearted. Yeah. So that would be yeah. Yeah, that's the question. You would just go more hike was asking. Yeah. So exactly, respect. Yeah. So kind of got to do the formal. And if you learn Korean, you say yo a lot. Yeah, Korean guys feel actually move around with a small fan. Yes, I guess their man bag has a lot of power banks. Yeah, they go walk around with that. Yeah, you carry the fan like this. So yeah, and it's just respect of elders. So just basic respect. So yeah. Okay. So thank God I'm not looking for a girlfriend right now. Yeah. But you never know. I just Googled that comes from the Latin word. Yeah. Kakao Talk neighborhood works best in Korea versus Google Map. Yep. I cover that for them. So yeah, definitely. But Daniel confirmed what I'm talking about. What if you marry an older Korean and they are through why the 3 bedroom for the one dog and one for the cat? Yeah. So, but of course, I gotta reiterate, it does that standard is more for local Korean guys more than foreigners. I should put that balance down. Yeah, because a lot of the foreign guys that marry Koreans, not all of them live in a 3 bedroom apartment. Some of them live in a 2 room. Some of them like one buddy of mine lives in a 2 room with his girlfriend. They use the other room for and they actually have an office for to teach. He teaches like private English and music, and his wife teaches music. And then he has a property in the countryside. So, so my buddy does that for there. I never heard that word before. Yeah, I have. I just can't get it down. It's always good to empower one individual at a time. Yeah, I'm always learning something. Yeah, when my mom and dad first got married, they lived with my paternal grandparents. Yeah, so and yeah, I've seen it happen, but yeah, that's more of a general point, the 3 bedroom thing, which for me I don't like that, but yeah, but I would get the place just to get the place first. It's not because I'm gonna go get married right away. Yep, I'm from Asia, so respect owners coming naturally, but I lived in America for a long, and it's difficult to live with my girlfriend's family. Yeah, yep, for a little while. Yep, should have been through the change of life. Yeah. Okay, and Nippon True individualism is very paramount here, but some Asians being naturalized still have that family oriented setting. Yes. So let me see. I got some more points. So here's some more things we got to talk about. Might have to go a little longer today. Okay, so here's the thing. So you have convenience stores. Here are your stores. So you have the Korean Daiso. So I'm going to show you some pictures of the store. This is what a Korean Daiso looks like. See? So Daiso. You see the Korean writing, the Hangul, it's pronounced Daiso. So there's one of them. Okay, the other one is, let's see, do I have Artbox? Artbox is a little more expensive, but they have stuff like Daiso, but it just costs more. But you can get good souvenirs out of Artbox. So that's another cool thing. And the place that is next to me here in Wapyeong is E-Mart Traders. Yeah, and you don't need a membership, but it's kind of like a Costco without the membership fee. So you can go and freely buy anything. They come in bulk items like Costco. So you have E-Mart Traders and from the Tesco company, Home Plus. So yeah, Samsung. So actually, Samsung has an hand in this. So there is a Home Plus. So those are your big places there. So yeah. Okay. Yep. And I have a beach house in Miami, but right now, COVID-19 outbreak, I'm staying with family in Northeast Florida. Yeah. All right. China Dave. Yep. All's well. Welcome. Yep. So, yep. Northeast. So, yeah. And there we go. Yep. China Dave. Ni hao. Yeah. Hello. Yep. And Daniel close to Jacksonville. Yeah. And Daniel has something. King, I go to Home Plus for sample food similar to say, that's like my lunch. Yes, because there is the ajumas going, yeah, the ajumas are there to give you those samples. Oh, FYI, going to these places before closing, like most of these places close at 11 o'clock. So you want to buy some meat and barbecue, they'll drop the price almost half price for you to buy it. FYI, if you want to cook some of that meat at home. So sometimes I'll go at 10:30 just to go get some meat. And I'll be like, yeah. Yep. Oh, stuck in Florida. Nice to see you here. Welcome. Yeah. Yep. Daniel says, you're welcome. Shishi. So, yes. Yep. And Jeffrey in Jacksonville. Yeah. So good old Daniel. All right. We're covering good. I like to get to all through the bullet points. So now you've seen the 4 stores. Now I want to tell you something weird. And most people don't know this when you come to Korea. So the big stores that I mentioned, like E-Mart Traders, Costco, and Home Plus, every second and fourth Sunday, they're closed. They are closed. So they're not open. So I'm always checking my calendar. My friend's like, you want to go to E-Mart Traders? I'm like, wait, is it the first or third Sunday? No, it's a fourth. Nope, it's closed. We're not going. Can't go. Pick another option. So yeah. So every second and fourth, the big stores are closed. Now, the little stores are open. The convenience stores are open. Daiso is open and Artbox is open. But those big places, Home Plus, E-Mart Traders, Costco, closed based on the government mandate. Yep. So they don't want people to be overworked. That's one of the reasons why they do that. So, yep. So let's see. Yep. Okay. St. Augustine, stuck in Florida. Yeah, we got a bunch of Florida guys. Make that joke. I run into a lot of Florida expats in Thailand and Philippines and a lot of California guys. I don't know why. It just happens. Well, I know why, because everyone's like, yeah, because of the weathers and we're close. California's close. But yeah, there's millions of reasons why. Yep, and Daniel Home Plus offers lots of kimchi samples. I buy fried chicken there around 10 for half price. See? So, yep. So I have someone to confirm that he got in on that deal. So, yep. It's nice to have some backup here. And I'll be bringing my son to Jacksonville University in a couple of weeks. All right. So, yeah, send some pictures of you two guys. And maybe I'll put it on the stream here because I have that ability now to do that. So if you guys you send me a picture of you and Jeffrey or whatever get-togethers, I'll put it up on the stream for you guys, you know. It's the least I can do. Yep, stuck in Florida. Yep, hope to meet sometime. Yeah. Yeah, some of you, if you're comfortable, yeah, I wouldn't mind putting your picture up as long as you're comfortable with your face being shown. If you want to be private, okay with it. Yeah. And Jeffrey, just to let you know, I don't have a car at the moment because I've been gone a long time in Asia. Yeah. I don't think that should be a problem. Yep. Well, yeah, reason is they don't want to overwork the workers. So they want to make sure they have a couple of days off because most of them, sometimes those workers are not employed salary workers. They're just like freelance workers. So that's the other problem of Korea. sometimes the argument, like, yeah, those ajumas that are working, the older ladies, yeah, they don't get much help or benefits, but it's a job. So they just don't want to be overworked. They'll work almost 7 days a week. Yep, let's see. Daniel, I saw my colleague line up for all free foods in Costco. I was my pretending ex-family. I made a distance and enjoyed some good free food. Made me remember my college days. Yep. So good old Costco. You can do some fun stuff. Experts in Bangkok are mostly from Florida, New York, California. Amazing. Yeah. I remember going to the meetup group. I always forget who runs a meetup group. There's a guy named Jerry. He runs a meetup group in Bangkok. They meet every Friday. Well, at which one? Which place? It's off the which stop? It's off the stop after right before a soak. I just can't think about it right now. I'm too keen on this subject. Yep, I still go to Costco and Sam's Club to get free samples. I won't have to eat for 2 days. Penny saved is a penny saved. Yep, Daniel, there you go. Yes, Towns, I'll put Kakao Talk on my iPhone, but I don't have a Korean phone number to set it up. I guess I'll have to wait to get a chip at the airport. Which company is best? Okay, yeah, we're going to talk. I will give you the options, even if Daniel put some out there. Nippon Korea. Locals have their eyes open because I keep coming back for more. I know, shocking, but I'm well received by them. Yeah. So, okay. So now, next thing I want to talk about is I'll kind of skip and go over. Let's look at the phone plans here. So you have, I think there's 3 of them. I don't know why I put 4 because there's LG, SK Olay, because SK and Olay is together, and KT. So those 3. Yeah. The reason I put SK is because I was thinking about Georgia and the baseball team, because these are all named after baseball team. And Olay is backwards hello, if you guys didn't notice. So, yeah. So those are your phone plans. I heard like SK's pretty good. SK Olay's pretty good. I have LG, but, the thing is, funny thing is, like, I could get my own phone plan, but my buddy registered under his name. I guess he gets credit. So I said, sure, why not? I'll do that for you. Well, he did it for me when I first got here. So I've been on this phone plan for almost 5 years now. But yeah, I use LG, but I heard SK Olay's pretty good. So you could go in and say, I'm Waygook, and you can go and get the phone plan. So yeah, you don't need to be in a rush to get it at the airport. And plus, sometimes you might not need a Korean number to do Kakao Talk to connect it. But it will connect with a Korean number, but you can still get it from the US and download the app. And as long as we have Kakao IDs, we can do all of that. So those are your phone options there. Let me see. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Let me make sure. Yeah, and Daniel, I exactly know what you say. Student life is different. Yeah. So to those want to reach me, I use Kakao Talk. Yeah. And KT Olay is the largest SCOM. Yeah, KT Olay. Wow. I've been watching Korean baseball. It's been confusing me. And 5G bands are more prevalent. Yeah. So you can go in and say, I'm foreigner, money, but of course, try to take a Korean with you. So that would be one way to get you situated. So, yeah. And Thomas, if you come here, I'll try to figure a way because I speak conversational Korean, but I'd rather still have a native Korean with me for the better deal. So, yeah. I used to have Kakao Talk before, but how can I find you? Yeah. I know. I wish we could scan it, but yeah, I just did because I've been doing so much scanning, and then I had problems with my Kakao Talk, so I don't even remember my ID anymore because I'm just like, let's just scan. So I might have to go back and look for my ID. So I know it's a simple way to do it. So that's pretty bad. I should know how to do it. Yep. Ole. Yep. Yep. Opposite of hello. I couldn't find a chip at the AP, only a plan on purchase of a phone. Okay. So, yeah, that's the thing with airports. Evergreen is a prepaid version of KTLA, cheaper version for tourists. Okay. Yeah. Because I never had to go through that. As soon as I arrived, I was able to have my dad and my Korean friend take care of everything. So I should have went through the process so then, yeah, I could get going on it. Yep, and Katrina used KT. It's pretty cheap, and we never had problems. Yeah, I love KT Internet. Yeah, I have LG here, LG Fiber here, but I love KT Internet. It was like $25 a month. Of course, if you get an internet plan, the bad thing is you have to like commit to 2 to 3 years. So usually what some English teachers do is they'll commit 1 year to the internet plan if their place doesn't have it. And then they'll say, hey, want to take over my plan? And you can transfer the plan to another teacher. That's what some of the English teachers do. Yep. Ole, Bama. Yep. Oh, as the oil of LA. Ole. Yep. Is offering discounts for prepaid data plan if registered online. Okay, so you could register online with it, with KTLA. Yeah. And yep. And yep. So you could type in this DT photo 904. So you could type that in. Okay, download a course, learn Korean 2 weeks. So I should fully be conversation out of quarantine. Yep. So, yep, got it. If you want, you can delete. Yeah. Yep. Well, we'll leave Daniel's there in case everyone wants to get hold of him. Okay. Let me talk about transportation. Okay. So T-Money card, as I showed earlier, but I'm going to show this to, where did it go? Daniel, because Daniel knows he probably has his own special T-Money card. So reminder, pop card. Now, if you use a card, it's 1,251. It's much cheaper. If you use cash, you're paying 1,400 won. So it's best to use the card at all times in Korea. I know it's a little opposite of what the Philippines is, but yeah, use a card. I use a pop card. It'll cost you about 2,500 won to get a new card, and then you can say Chungjung, Omanan, 50,000 won, Omanan, and then it'll show the amount every time you tap it onto the bus or subway. So it's very convenient. Yeah. So I really like using the T-Money card, and you can get your special T-Money cards. So you got a lot of choices. All right, let's see. Okay. And here's Daniel T with it. Yep. And T-Money card can be used as a debit or credit card. Yeah. This one is not a debit or credit. This is from GS25, but I can buy stuff inside of GS25 with this. But yeah, you can get the total T-Money card. You know, even at the airport, you could get like the Kakao Talk characters T-Money card, or BTS, K-pop star, or if you want to get some cute chick from Twice, you know, or, you know, Yuna Kim on there, you could probably find one, and that'll be your T-Money card with the cute chick, you know, for if you guys want a cute chick on your T-Money card. So you have that option to do that. So you can use that to get around. So, yeah. Yep, and I use those cards on the Chinese subway all the time. Very easy. Yeah, so Thomas, you have the same convenience here too with that in Korea. So if you're used to China, Korea should be a breeze for you, Thomas, to get around and handle. It's much smaller. Once again, the size of Iowa. So, yeah. Now, let's talk about housing. Okay, right now, here's the issue. Airbnb, not too good right now. And there's other guys are having the issues too, because I've been on the Facebook groups for expats in Korea, and they're not getting responses back either from the Koreans. It's too bad there's not enough foreigners, you know, doing Airbnb. You know, like in the Philippines, you at least have a few foreigners, you know, renting the Airbnbs. So sometimes, you know, I rented from a Canadian guy, and then he had 2-3 Filipino, you know, friends that, you know, help run the maintenance of it. So those are one of the issues with Airbnb. So the thing is, hotels and hostels probably is the best way to go. So if you come, do your 14-day quarantine, then you'll get your hotel and hostels. Now, for those that are English teachers, if you're coming to public school, they will set you up. You have nothing to worry about because someone's going to be watching over you. Except FYI, you're not going to be able to run to Daiso to go get stuff. So, yeah. So just be very careful. So maybe get some stuff ahead of time. So, and plus, once you go to orientation, you're rushed off to your job. So you'll have a little window before you start your job. So, and then hopefully your co-teacher is cool. Your co-teacher's not a prick, because I've heard, 2, 3, 4 different stories of they're cool, they're not cool, because they're usually a young female teacher that's supposed to help you out. So, yeah, and it's rough for them. Yeah, and yes, and you might even face this issue with the Goshiwans, uneasy with foreign, especially Europeans and Americans, due to COVID-19. So it's going to be the luck of the draw, but there's some hotels in Yusong, so those are some of the areas. And I'm going to talk about my area. Let me find my banners here. Why isn't it come? Okay, so let's see. Okay, so some of you might know my areas because if you guys watch my videos, Yusong, that's where I prefer to live. Yusong is a more affluent area, so some of you have seen the rooftop videos of my coffee shops. That is Yusong. So that's a little more expensive to live in, but it's nicer. It's more of an older crowd, and it's mostly, guys in their 30s, 40s, and 50s that frequent around there. And then there's Dunsangdong Newtown. That's where most of the foreigners hang out. That's where all the foreigner bars are. So for that place, example, FML, that's where it is, the new downtown. And I need to probably do another video and go to my other foreigner bar, except he doesn't offer food, but I will do a tour of his bar. So this friend of mine that owns that bar, he's been in Korea over 20 plus years. So he owns the bar nearby. So there's a couple foreigner bars in Dunsangdong, New Downtown. Mostly you have a lot of young kids go there. And yes, there is a lot of beautiful young Korean girls. There's a lot of eye candy. So, if you see me do Facebook Live from there and I walk through there, yeah, there's a lot of youngsters there. So, yeah. And Unangdong is not bad. I love Unangdong, old downtown. So if some of you saw my night view of the Sky Road and you see me doing the dog trip there, watching the pets, Unangdong's not a bad area. It used to be old downtown, but, only thing is Unangdong closes early. Dunsangdong stays up all night. Parts of Yusong goes on all night long, but Unangdong, they shut down, which I don't like. But usually it's okay because it forces me to take the late subway and get home. So that's one of the things you can do. So those are my areas you can check out. So, yeah, so I love going over there to these 3 areas. And then there's more places I need to go check out. So I have my work cut out. And yes, so if you have any more questions on what to bring to Korea or what the future holds here, feel free to put the comments out there. So I'll go a few more minutes because I'm glad I was able to cover all of this. And then you could share this video for those that are thinking about making a trip to South Korea. This would be a good stream for them to check out. And if I missed anything, for those that are in Korea, feel free to put them on there. I'm trying to think, did I miss anything else? Oh, yes, good reminder. Make sure I've used my Charles Schwab card. And the bank that I use is, let's see, I'm sorry, I'm not going to show you the information. Let's see, I'm going to show you K.A.E. Hana Bank. You see the K.A.E. Hana card? So I use the K.A.E. Hana card. And of course, the problem is I have 2 bank accounts because the university that I was, attending, they made me get a student ID with another bank card. See, look at that Photoshop, huh? Yeah, Photoshop is so big here. See, so you have to do a lot of Photoshop. So, but I usually go to HANA to use my Charles Schwab, and if you have Fidelity, TransferWise, uh, yeah, because in HANA Bank they do have like global ATM. So, but you can still use it the other ATMs. So there are so many banks. There is a Citibank located in new downtown. So I heard different stories that you could use Citibank because they do connect between both the U.S. and Korea. So, but I don't have used it. I don't have Citibank, so I couldn't say. Yeah. Okay. Do you see many Western tourists before the pandemic? Not as much because I didn't go to Seoul, but I saw, of course, a lot of the foreigners. So yeah. Okay. Well, this is okay. And Jeffrey, sometimes what happens, they might just rush you from one place to one place because they're trying to keep a schedule. So there could be a situation, Jeffrey, where your daughter will go through quarantine, and next thing they're going to go straight to the next place to go do orientation for 2 weeks. Because as I spoke to a lot of EPIC teachers, they're trying to stay on a schedule. And sometimes they don't give you time to go anywhere. And plus, when you go into EPIC orientation, you're going to be there from morning to night, and they usually make you stay in the area. So they don't give you, they give you like a curfew for EPIC, and they do send you off to place nowhere. Because, like, here's the thing, Jeffrey, like my area, Daejeon, we have a lot of EPIC teachers because Daejeon has the biggest turnover. So a lot of them are just stuck somewhere over there, and they don't even get to get out. So I've talked to a lot of teachers. They go, yeah, we couldn't even go shop at Daiso and do all this. So, but it just depends where the orientation. I could be wrong, but a lot of them just can't go anywhere because they're just trying to just get things done. You know, they're on that schedule. They're on that schedule to get done. It's crazy. It's like, really, especially at this time right now. Yep, I see Western tourists in dorm hostels. Yeah, that's where I'll probably be. And here we go. Scott says, yeah, usually EPIC teachers are shipped off to no man's land too. So you might not have the access to the place too. That's the second reason. But most of the times they're just shipped off. So yeah. And a lot of my friends like, yeah, it sucked. I couldn't go and get anything. You know, I needed a few things. And the only thing you got was a convenience store, you know, because Daiso's really cheap. You know, Daiso's like the dollar. It's $1, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 won. Or 5,000 won is the most expensive. So it's like your Dollar Tree. Yep, I have Wells Fargo and Alibaba. Should they work? They should work if the ATM fees are not going to be, you know, causing some, you know, problems for you. So, yeah, as long as the ATM fees are not going to, if you're okay with that, they should work. Yeah. And are they poor? Well, yeah. So, Bama, most of the English teachers are coming in with barely any money. You know, even if I said in my other YouTube videos, I'm like, yo, come with 3 months of expenses. You know, because usually what I recommend guys or gals that want to teach English Korea, especially if you're from US or Canada, just come here and network within the group, unless you want to really keen on doing public school. But if you wanted to do just the academy, come here, network with the foreign teachers and expats here, and that's how you get your jobs, because that's how I got all my jobs. Not one Korean person helped me get one. It was a fellow American or a fellow Western expat that got me the connection here. So that's what I usually recommend. Yeah. And yeah, there's no Daiso in no man's land. So sometimes countryside, you might not have the Daiso. You might have a convenience store, but it could be far away from where they're at. So it just depends on, where the Epic orientation is. So, yep. So, depends. Best not to judge. Yep. Oh, yep. Yep. So, is it possible? But possibly not. Yep. Indeed. So, go more like who is poor. Yeah, Jeffrey says, thanks. Jeffrey, planning to teach Scott his daughter's going to Epic. So I think I answered that, but sorry if I repeated that. Yep. And Daniel, Goshi ones are better in my opinion. You get your own room, sometimes own bathroom, fridge, computer desk, personal Wi-Fi router for fast internet. Comes with free kimchi, rice, ramen, and noodles. Yeah. And sometimes you can go buy the meat. Yeah. Yep. So she's leaving a couple of weeks. So so Jeffrey's daughter is going to go early. So August 6th. So that's coming up really soon. So so that's why usually they would go mid-August, but they're coming early August to go and quarantine for 2 weeks. Yep. Goshi ones are great. Yeah. They're pretty cheap at times. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been to, So Itaewon is one of the best places to network with people. Yeah, you got a lot of foreigner presence in Itaewon. So yeah. Yep. What city shall she be in? Yeah. Itaewon City. Okay. In the Chungnam province. Yeah. So she'll be in a town with 100,000 people. So country, kind of like countryside. Okay, in Busan, Yongjae District is another place to network with people. Yeah. So I might need to make a few trips. Yeah. So Cheongnam is good. And Jeffrey to Daniel, email so we can get together. Yeah. Goshuns vary by size, start around 200 per month. Yeah. And sometimes even the students are now staying in them because it's just housing's so expensive. So sometimes they rent on a monthly basis and there's no deposit or anything because when you do housing here, you got to put a deposit called the worse. The worse. So like, for example, if I get this new place, I might have to put down like $2,000 for a deposit and my rent will be like $300 a month. So worse. And then there's another thing called jongse. So for example, my father put up the jongse. He put $50,000 but he has no rent and is good for 2 years. And if that landlord does not return that $50,000, if my father says, I want out, he owns a place. So that's how the laws work on the housing there. So that's going to be the interesting part. Yeah. So, yep. So Daniel will email you. So been super busy. Yeah. And Thomas, it's a guest house. A Goshiwon. It's a guest house, Korean guest house with an individual rooms. Yeah, you have your own room. It'll be a little small, but it's a small, efficient room you can live in. But if you need a kitchen, So, because I know what Thomas asked, so we have to see what's available. If renting for a year is $1,200, $2,000, depending on the size of the room and location. Yeah, but I see. I almost stayed the one in Itaewon, but I did an Airbnb because I wasn't staying too long. So, so I stayed with one of the actors. Yeah, it's so hard to find a jongse now, isn't it? Yeah. Well, it's a lot of money to put down. Like the minimum money is how much? 27 million won, which is about 27,000 for a one room. And that's in a cheap city, not in Seoul. In Seoul, you ain't going to find that. In Seoul, you're going to be putting down for a one room at least 50 to 75,000 US dollars. It's good for 2 years and you pay no rent. So that place is yours till, till 2 years is up and you could just take the money and run. Or if they don't have that money for you, you can file and own that place. Yeah, you're the new owner. Yes, it's a common kitchen, washing machine, bathroom, sometimes rooftop to chill. Yeah. So I can do under 1,500. Yeah, I should be able to find something. But the pool and the condo. Yeah, and you're allowed up to 90-day stay, so place should be under that price total. So definitely it is. So that is the thing with things with Korea. So, and then for those, if I miss anything, you guys can put things in the comment section of this stream. So this will help out everyone that is coming to Korea. So yes, so I'm gonna get over to some last comments. So Thomas, I know a place in the city center. I think it's 1,000 a month. He likes foreigners. And Scott, is that in Daejeon? Because the issue for Thomas is Airbnb has been not responding to him. So if you can figure that out, but he wants to come to Daejeon, Scott. So do you know anyone in Daejeon? So yeah. Okay, all the places Korea uses Type B or C EU outlets. Best to get a snag fit universal adapter to plug in your gadgets. Yeah, so definitely get those get those converters. So make your life easy, especially if you need to charge your phone. Okay. Yes, I'm hoping the word changes just a bit during the 90 days. Maybe another country will open up. Okay, so it's in Hongdae. Okay, so it is in Hongdae. Okay, in Seoul. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So whatever, yeah, you know, Thomas wants to do. So, yeah, and maybe after Korea, you can fly to Vietnam. Yeah, or even Cambodia is an option. And recently, I heard of one of my fellow English teachers. She from South Africa is in Cambodia right now. Except her Hagwon, her academy, is putting up the $3,000 deposit for her. So I'm waiting to see what happens. So I can find out what's going on because I would love to bring her on the stream and she could tell us the experience, what's going on. So I'm kind of curious because if Cambodia is an option, yeah, that $3,000 deposit. So yeah, but her school put up the deposits. Yeah. So yep. So Thomas, are you newly retired? Yeah. So that's the thing, Daniel. I was shocked because I asked her that question, like, who you're putting up the 3Gs or is your the school is. So the school, the Hagwon put up the 3Gs, Daniel. So I'm curious to see, but I know she's gonna have to pay something on the back end of that. Yeah. So Thomas has been retired for 1 year now. So he's trying to enjoy retirement once he gets out of the US to come on over here. All right. Well, that $4 all you can eat. And look, I've already been killing the coffee. See? Yeah, I've been. So that food is calling me again. So I can't wait to go get some of that all you can eat Korean food again. Yeah. So maybe one day I'll do a live stream from there. Maybe. I know it'll be torturous, but yeah. All right. So let's see. Yep. So you can enjoy life. And Daniel says, yep, that coffee. Yep. Korean coffee culture is great. Just like what? Vietnam and everywhere else. No crap job needed for Thomas. That's right. He's retired so he can enjoy the land of the morning calm and this place we call a peninsula. Yeah. So he can enjoy this place. Want to bring my tummy for all you can eat Korean barbecue. Well, I'll see what the Ajuma has, and I'm going to send you some Kakao Talk pictures there. All right. Well, yes, I'm going to get going. So for all of you, thank you for coming to the stream today. Tomorrow, I do have a premiere video from Costco. So it'll be on at 11 o'clock tomorrow or 10 o'clock Philippines time and 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. And Wednesday, we'll have another live stream at 10 o'clock Philippines, 11 o'clock Seoul, Korea. So pretty much same bat time, same bat channel. So wherever you are, be safe. Have a good day. Thank you, Jeffrey. I definitely will. So take care and have a good day. Goodbye. See ya.